G'day fellow moto vloggers, Bandit Nev on Ruby. On this Friday afternoon, quite cloudy and cool Friday afternoon, February, which is very unusual. But anyway, trying out a new camera angle on the helmet. I don't know how good it's going to be. I'm not real sure. I'm not sure how good it's going to be. I've recently received a dead cat com mount for the GoPro, and this is the only angle I can have it on. It gives me a better choice than the GoPro scaffolding, as I call it, all its bits and pieces and this, that and the other, and I much prefer the dead catcom. So it's on the helmet. I know it's a bit far back, but when I do a review on the catcom, dead catcom in the scun knuckle, I'll show you why it's back where it is. I was watching a program that we get over here. And it's called excuse me, Rick's Restoration. And I just happened to notice in the background there was a motorbike, an old motorbike, and it reminded me of a thing that, well, something that happened back in about 1974, and I want to share that story with you. It was when I was living in Renmark in my teens, best years of my life of course, and there was a few of us fellows that rode motorbikes, used to hang around together. It's about half a dozen of us. It wasn't big because it wasn't a big town. And one Sunday afternoon we're all sitting up near the local cafe, and next minute this bike pulled up, and this dude on it, he had his colours on, and he had a helmet with a foxtail hanging off the back of it, and it looked really cool, and he had a new bike. Now this particular chap was in a motorcycle gang down in Mount Gambier called the Mongrels. I don't know if they're still going or not, I wouldn't have a clue. Anyway, he went into the cafe, and a couple of minutes later he walked out and he had this whole roasted chicken, and he sat on the sidewalk there and took it out the bag or whatever it was in and put it in both of his hands and started eating it. And of course I'm just dumbfounded, didn't pull a leg off or anything, just started hoeing into it, and just wiped his hands on his shirt and got on his bike and off he went. Now the bike was a new Kawasaki Z900. Now ever since that day I'd love to have owned one. Now it's a bike I've never owned, that I wished I had owned, and I'm wondering if any of you other guys out there, motor vloggers, ever had a bike that you never actually owned that you always wanted to own. Now the reason I couldn't own one back then is because it was I had a new bike anyway, and a few years later circumstances dictated that, well, I couldn't afford it anyway. And nowadays if you wanted one and you wanted it in restored condition, you're looking up around $18,000 odd for a good restored original looking Kawasaki Z900. So it's forever out of my budget, but I have actually test ridden one, so I can say I've actually ridden one. So fellow moto vloggers out there, is there a bike that you always wanted but for, well, circumstances dictated that you couldn't have it for one reason or another? Let us know about it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the camera angle. I've got a feeling it won't be that good, so I'll probably have to put it back on the chesty. So Bandit Nev on Ruby on this really nice Friday cool afternoon near the end of summer, bidding you safe riding and farewell for the moment.